welcome to Across the Omniverse, a podcast brought to you by Cinema Sangha. My name is Devin Faraci. I'm one of the hosts of the program. Joining me, as he traditionally does...
My name is Derek Faraci, and I'm a detective. Look at me, I'm a spider.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm great.
Good.
How are you?
I'm all right. Living my life out here in Los Angeles, doing my best, doing day by day. Why is your room so messy?
Day by day. It's not messy. What are you talking about?
They changed how this stuff looks to us on the back end, and so it's got I don't know how it's going to look when we actually export it, but it's got the image is wider here, and so as a result, we can see more of each other's room. And Derek was very concerned because it looks messy behind him.
No, just usually where I stack all my crap on my desk is right here. Okay. I don't know, again, who knows if anyone can see this. But now you can see that on the camera, so I had to move some of the crap away so it didn't look as crappy.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Not that much to report since last time we spoke. Anything new with you?
No.
Well, we got a bunch of news this week, so why don't we just jump into the news?
Sure.
What do you think?
Yeah. The Russo brothers were hyping up a big surprise for an event in London. It turned out to be a pop-up coffee shop for Doomsday.
What the fuck is that about? I honestly don't understand what was happening there.
I'm starting to think there is no movie. Because the movie, in theory, comes out in 11 or 5 months.
Yeah.
And there's still no trailer.
They had a bunch of trailers.
They had those little quick ones, but those I'm not sure there's a movie. Today they were doing an interview where they're like, yeah, we're still filming.
Yeah, they're going to be filming until the very fucking last second. Yeah. That's the way that this shit goes.
They're also claiming that it's a fresh start for Marvel, and you don't need to know anything about anything to enjoy the movie.
Can't even imagine.
Is the movie 12 and a half hours long?
It can't even imagine.
Yeah.
That seems crazy, but okay, sure. Why not? Say that. Sure.
Yeah.
But a coffee shop, give me a break. What? Who cares?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. It's pretty wild. Pretty wild.
Maybe the AI told them to do a coffee shop.
Oh, you think so?
I don't know. Those guys love AI now.
Well, everybody does.
Martin Scorsese does.
Yep. It's a real bummer.
He's fucking 85 years old. I'm not
He's 85 years old, and he's like, oh, it's good because it helps me with storyboarding. It's you still got to write the shit out.
Well, here's the thing. He does all of his storyboards by hand. He draws little drawings for his storyboards personally.
Then it shouldn't take him any more time.
No, it should 100% take him less time because he's 85 years old, and I'm sure fucking holding a pencil is probably not as easy as it was when he was 25 years old. And, but also, I think the thing that we talked about this before, I can't get mad at the old people because they've lived through so many technological changes and they have resisted a number of them, including digital cinema, and they got steamrolled. So they've learned to just embrace it, and that's what's happening with some of these old folks. So I don't hold it against them.
I do.
Whatever.
I do.
I mean, who cares? I guess that's the game.
Look, it's not like I'm going to not go see a Scorsese movie, but it's hey, man, this is kind of lame.
Sure.
Honestly, I'm not even sure he's using it, to be completely honest with you. It was in some kind of ad for an AI thing that his agent is a partner in.
I think he's a partner in it too, I think.
Oh, is he still? I'm still not sure he's using it. Who knows? Anyway. Zack Snyder has been hired to write and direct a remake of John Carpenter's Escape from New York.
Horrible.
I guess.
Yeah, horrible. I don't know what you improve in Escape from New York. I don't know what Zack Snyder brings to Escape from New York. I think that Escape from New York is one of those John Carpenter movies that feels very John Carpenter in that it really encapsulates John Carpenter's sort of exhausted nihilism.
Sure.
And that's like his political position, generally speaking. And Zack Snyder, who has no coherent politics, has no coherent feelings about things. Like, is he going to turn Snake Plissken into like a hard body superhero? Do you know what I mean? I just don't like this. I don't like this idea. I don't understand. Normally I don't care about remakes, especially John Carpenter remakes, because he's so happy to get the paycheck.
Yeah.
This one though just feels stupid. Like, it just feels really stupid. And I think it might be the Zack Snyder of it, because Escape from New York is a movie that does say things. Zack Snyder doesn't say things.
Sure.
If he does, it's by accident. And
Yes.
so, like, maybe if there was a better director, or not better. Zack Snyder's a very good director. He's very good at what he does. This does not feel like what he does, and it's kind of irking me.
Is he good at what he does?
I believe he is. I believe he's a very good director.
I couldn't get through the space movie.
I know he's had a rough decade, but like his first decade was phenomenal.
Yes.
And I think he's a very good director. He's just been like up his own ass.
I think he's just he's not a good writer.
No, he's a terrible writer. The fact he's writing this is terrible. He's an awful writer. But yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. This is just one of those movies. Like, why not just make a third film in the universe? Like, why make Escape from New York again?
Didn't they already make the third film?
They made a second, Escape from LA.
There's a movie where Gerard Butler has to go save the president from a prison on the moon, and that was what Carpenter wanted the third movie to be.
Well, I mean, I don't think.
So, I don't know if they. Yeah, I don't know. I think it was Gerard Butler.
But I can't imagine.
The main thing is, it's just going to be 2 years of people yelling about a Zack Snyder movie. And I'm just not sure it's going to get made.
They won't yell about it. I think the thing that you'll notice is the Snyder people don't talk about Rebel Moon. It just disappeared.
They don't talk about Rebel Moon.
They only talk about Star Wars. They only talk about DC. That's all they talk about.
Yes. But I'm talking about just like film nerds. They're going to be like, and it's like, just don't fucking pay attention to it. It's fine. You don't have to.
Why are you paying attention to them paying attention to it?
I'm not. They're just going to be in my timeline.
Why are they in your timeline? Why aren't you blocking them?
I'll have to block every single person in the world.
I mean, I feel like that's your actual destiny at this point. So
yeah.
You're headed in that direction.
I don't think Zack Snyder is worth the agita that he seems to cause. Like, even when he was good, he was not that so good that it was like, oh my God, we need to discuss this man all the time. And it's just how much time he spent on him is crazy.
I feel like you don't think anything's worth that much discussion. That's like
I think there are a lot of things that are worth that much discussion. I don't think he is. I think you can do a very big in-depth discussion on Spielberg or on Scorsese or on Coppola or on Lucas, on people like that. He's not at that level. I don't know what to tell you. He's just not at that level. For the amount of discourse that there has been around him, I don't understand why. I don't get the deep love for him. I don't get the deep hatred for him.
But you just explained why. He's very polarizing. That's why there's that much discourse around him. If people didn't care, they would not be discourse. But they care because he's very polarizing. And he's very stylish, and he has a very specific, identifiable style that people can see. And he makes movies that, until recently, were big deal movies. So those are the reasons why he's the center of the discourse. All those make perfect sense to me.
I guess. I don't know. Anyway, moving on. We got our first look at Lex Luthor in his Sentinel armor.
There was footage of him walking around the set.
Yes.
Did you see this?
I did.
It looks good.
Yeah. It looks very good. Yeah.
He's really just walking around in it. He must be on stilts, right?
I don't know. I don't know how it works exactly.
Because he's got to be on stilts. Suit. He's got to be on stilts because it's so tall. You can even look here at his head in that little bubble, and you can understand that I do not believe his legs go all the way down to his feet here. I just don't. Do you know what I mean? Like the suits.
I disagree. I believe his legs do go down to his feet.
I don't believe that Nicholas Holt's legs go down to the feet of the suit.
Of the armor, yeah.
I think that he might be standing on stilts or something.
Definitely, more than likely platforms of some sort, for sure. Yeah, right? Like,
I think it's stilts, because in that footage, he was like a foot and a half taller than everybody else on set. He's towering.
He's not short.
Yeah, but he's still towering. I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess we'll figure it out. I mean, it's a good look. I'm excited about it. James Gunn obviously shared it because they were going to be doing outdoor filming in a couple of days, and he knew that there would be footage of it anyway, so that's the smart thing to do, get it out there in advance. It's sort of like Lex's comic books superpowers era costume.
It's
armor.
The more modern version of it that they've been using lately, where it's bigger.
Yeah, no purple. It needs purple.
It's got purple.
Does it have purple?
Yeah. It's got purple all over it.
Really? I didn't look like it had purple.
Everything that's not green, except for the glass dome around his head, is purple.
Oh, is it? I thought it was black.
No, it's all purple.
Oh, well, there you go. Then I take it back. And on my screen, this looks black to me. I don't know.
You can really see it at the feet, because it is a dark image, like with the light behind him, but you can see it like around the feet and the ankles that it's purple.
Okay, that's great. Done there. Yeah. That's terrific then. Great. Love it.
I like that he added a glass dome to it.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense.
I think it's fun.
He's probably going to go into space with it. That's probably a big part of the reason why it's got a glass dome.
He explained why on Threads.
What was that?
Lex Luthor's greatest power is his brain, and it's very weird that he would wear the suit of armor but keep his head like unshielded. So he has I forgot what he called it.
Plexiglass.
Threads. Plexiglass. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, and he's so egotistical that he wouldn't want to hide his face. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. It all works.
Yeah, it all works.
It does have an Argus logo in the center instead of the Lex logo.
Interesting.
Which is interesting. We'll see where that goes.
Well, I mean, he's definitely working for them.
Sure, but just put the Lex logo on it. It's okay.
But I understand why they wouldn't, because he's a prisoner who's working for Argus.
Sure.
And I wonder if this is an Argus tech that he's just going to modify for himself.
Yeah, maybe.
So
it'd be fun if it was like those old Transformers where you hold your thumb over the logo and it changes, and halfway through the movie he heats it up and it becomes the Lex logo.
Could be. There was also footage of David Cornsweet as Superman. His costume's the same. Looks like they have not made any significant alterations to it. It looks like.
From what I can tell, it's the same costume. There's a lot of back and forth online.
It might be the exact literal same costume.
Gunn has said that there's little changes, but I think the little changes are probably like the material they use to make it and stuff like that would be my guess. Maybe it's like easier for him to put on that kind of deal.
That's the thing. I feel like the changes might be based around comfort for the actor. Not that they did a whole movie with it.
Yeah. But online people are like, oh, it's a darker blue, and it's like, no, they're filming at night.
Yeah.
Oh, the symbol is bigger. It's like, I don't think it is.
We had that same discussion about the color of the costume when they were taking set photos and stuff of the first movie.
Yeah.
We had that whole discussion. Why is it so dark and stuff like that? And it's like, because they're going to color correct it and they're going to light it better and yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
The footage that I saw him doing was being crushed by something or lifting something up. I couldn't tell if it's coming down on him or he's lifting it up.
I'm not sure. Which way it was going. Yeah.
Yeah, but
it was weird though, because the footage is like somebody filming on their camera from like a block away,
right?
And it's kind of like there was part of me like got joyous because you can't see the wires on him, so it looks like he's just floating as everyone's walking around him. I was like, that's just Superman floating, like hanging out there. It's amazing.
That's how I felt this week. Empire put out a new picture of Spider-Man and the Punisher.
Oh my god.
And it was just Spider-Man. Like it was
it's
like
crazy.
It looked like the Spider-Man that you'd see at Toys R Us a little bit. Like when taking pictures of the kids. Like it just looked like a guy in a suit, which is what that should look like. And there
was a picture I saw today of him like just standing there like shaking somebody's hand, and I was like, it's just Spider-Man's costume.
Yeah, it's just his costume. Yeah,
it's amazing.
They didn't like plus it. They didn't do anything to it. They just did it. Yeah.
Yeah. And just seeing him standing next to the Punisher is like, I don't like the Punisher in the comics. I'm not a Punisher guy, but something like that's one of those things where it's like, oh, we're almost 3 decades into superhero movies at this point, like the boom of superhero movies. And that still makes me very excited because I never thought I would see those two on screen together.
Right.
So it's fun.
Well, they're fun together too anyway. That's the thing. Those are two fun characters to have together.
Yes.
the way that they're going to bounce off of each other is going to probably be very delightful.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. What else we got?
We got the trailer for End of Oak Street.
People are like, oh, it's a spoilers in this one. I don't know that it is. I feel like I already knew the information revealed in this trailer from the first trailer.
I would say so.
I knew it was dinosaurs.
Unless you're like, I didn't know that, Obi-Wan Kenobi was going to run. Like, I don't know what, I didn't feel like there was anything.
I'm a little... I can't tell if I'm disappointed by the dinosaurs or not.
No?
Yeah, I'm not really sure how I feel about dinosaurs at the moment. I'm not sure if I want dinosaurs or, like, weird monsters. Do you know what I mean? Like, does that...
Devin is no longer friends with dinosaurs. Weird monsters are his new best friend.
Yes, exactly. That's the thing is, like, it's, like, hard for me to, like, kind of... I don't know. There's something a little disappointing about dinosaurs. It's very strange. It's hard for me to actually explain how I feel about it, 'cause I don't even understand myself. Do you know what I mean? Like, so I look at the dinosaurs and I go, oh, it's dinosaurs? And as opposed to, like, I was hoping it'd be something way weirder, I guess. Sure. We live in a...
No, I get that. I definitely get that. And it might still be. We don't know where the movie goes.
Yeah, it still could be. But, I guess because we have had so many Jurassic movies that were not very good, that the value of dinosaurs seems to have plummeted.
Yeah, I would agree. I would not argue. I would not argue with that.
The joy of seeing a dinosaur eat a guy, it's not what it was once upon a time.
But I will say, in the trailer, when they're running down the street and that one dinosaur just bites into that old lady's head, I laughed. I was like, oh!
That's really good, yeah. That's really, really good.
Yeah, it'll still work on me.
Yeah.
So, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good-looking trailer. I'm all for it.
I mean, I liked it. I'm excited about it. I'm interested in it. I think it's surprisingly straight ahead.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not sure that I expected a movie this straight ahead Amblin, kind of a thing. Like, I'm very surprised by that.
I'm wondering why it's set in the 70s. Like, is that going to play into the story in some way?
I'm wondering if it's just the simple matter of taking, I don't know. I mean, the thing is, because here's the deal. So, like, it's David Robert Mitchell, right? And David Robert Mitchell is, frankly, an incredible filmmaker.
Yeah.
His filmography is fucking incredible to me. He's made 3 movies so far, and each of them, I think, is a home run. Myth of the American Sleepover, an incredible movie. It Follows, and Under the Silver Lake. And I know some people may or may not like Under the Silver Lake. They're wrong if they don't, but you know what? We can accept it. But the thing about each of those 3 movies is that they are each a kind of a genre movie, but they are all really weird within it. And so I'm wondering if End of Oak Street is much weirder as an Amblin movie than it seems from the trailers, if they're kind of hiding that. Because
that's my theory.
Because it would be very fucking a big change of pace for David Robert Mitchell to make sort of just a regular movie.
Yeah. And also, I mean, not for nothing, but Abrams is producing it. And Abrams is not a guy who likes to reveal everything. Right? So
he's also not a guy that likes to make good stuff. So that's a trouble.
No, that's
troubling, yeah.
It's worrying. That's worrying. Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, he has They Follow coming soon. They're going to start shooting this year. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, which is pretty exciting.
There you go.
It Follows is so good, man.
That's fantastic.
It's really good.
Yeah.
And Myth of the American Sleepover. It's his most underseen movie. Have you seen that one?
I have not.
You got to see it. You're going to love it.
I don't think it's available anywhere. Is the problem.
Well, figure it out.
Figure
it out. And if you haven't watched Under the Silver Lake, Andrew Garfield beats up a kid.
There you go.
And the kid, have you seen that one?
I have. Yeah.
The kid deserves it too. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I love Under the Silver Lake. I have watched it a number of times, and I love it. I love it. I love it. And
there you go.
It's one of the great modern LA movies because it understands what living in LA is like, as opposed to other LA movies that sort of like are like, hey, it's Hollywood. This is what it's like to live in LA. This is what's good and absolutely horrible about it. So anyway, all right. So I'll be there for the End of Oak Street.
Yeah. Yeah. I got to go see this weekend. I got to go see. I already screwed up. I Love Boosters is gone from my theater, my local theater.
Wow, that was fast.
Yeah, I'm really. I thought I had at least one more weekend, but they pulled it, and I'm very sad because I really wanted to go see it, but I did not. So that's on me. I'm sorry.
Well, you're going to see He-Man, so
I'm gonna go see Obsession and He-Man this weekend. I think.
There you go.
That's my plan. But moving on, our last bit of news: new Supergirl trailer came out today.
This trailer tells me that the movie's tracking miserably.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why do you say that?
It's wall-to-wall action.
Sure.
And I mean, I know the movie's tracking miserably. I mean, that's the thing. I actually do know that. That's knowledge. But, like, the trailer has that vibe of, like, shit, how do we... It's probably tracking really bad with men. And it's like, how do we get men to want to see this movie? And it's like, well, here's a bunch of explosions, laser beams, and fighting.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure is, the movie sure has plenty of that stuff. But, like, it's kind of fascinating to see how emotionally grounded the first couple of trailers were. And then now it's like, fuck it. Like, she's just punching guys. Although I gotta say, this I thought was my favorite of the trailers, though. So
it worked.
Yeah, it did. Right? I mean, I was gonna see it anyway, but this is my favorite of the trailers because I do think that there was something a little mopey about the other trailers that kind of like was not exciting to me.
Yeah.
Like I like the idea of her being like a dissolute, drunk cynic, but like you can do that without being mopey, and that vibe is here. So, what did you think of this new trailer?
I liked it. I thought it was good. That was a good trailer. I enjoyed it.
You gonna see this movie?
Yeah. I imagine so.
You're gonna have to. We're doing it for watching them.
Yeah,
it's work.
I mean, I see it either way.
I mean, yeah, same. Yeah, absolutely, would see it either way. But
I don't understand. Have you seen the crypto KFC bucket?
Yeah.
That is the most confusing thing to me I've ever seen in my life.
Why?
Like nothing about it makes sense to me.
No.
Because what is the Venn diagram of KFC lovers? Like enough that they're like, I want KFC merchandise, and Supergirl lovers or crypto, I guess, lovers that they want crypto merchandise. That like it's like, okay, I want that bucket to display in my home. What does crypto have to do with fried chicken?
Well, I mean that actually is obvious to me.
It is.
He's a dog.
He's jumping out of the bucket. Are they trying to cook him? Is he the fried food? And then
he should have a piece of chicken in his mouth. That should be like,
yeah.
That would be like he's stolen chicken from your bucket.
Sure, that would work.
Yeah.
And then in the ad for it, there's ice shattering all around it. Is it frozen? Is it frozen fried chicken? I don't understand what you're selling me here. I don't get it. It's very I just don't understand what they're doing there.
I think what's really interesting to me is that you and I will approach these things with too much thought. And I think that the regular people in the world, like the absolute dumbest level of people, which is most of them, I mean, not to be snobby, but like, again, 50% of people are below medium intelligence. Like that's just, those are numbers. They roll up to the drive-thru and they see a bucket with a cute dog.
Sure.
And they go, oh, wow. Oh, look at the cute dog. Oh, that's Super Dog. Oh, wow. Oh, I bet Jimmy would love the Super Dog. I mean, that's how that shit goes. That's exactly how that shit goes.
I guess. Yeah.
So, like, it's not about, like, what do I like this or not? It's about, like, is this cute? Is this thing cute or enjoyable in the moment when I'm buying my fried chicken?
Yeah.
I don't know how much it costs, though. So maybe it's, like, really prohibitively expensive.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Because popcorn buckets are prohibitively expensive.
I mean, I imagine in the same case with this as well, but like the popcorn buckets, you get the popcorn with it, right? So I imagine with this, you get the chicken, and then it's like, how much is the difference at that point?
It's probably like a $20 surcharge, you know what I mean? Like, but that's still too much money for me. So
that would be too much, yeah. But
I like KFC. I don't really have it very often, but it's quite good.
I've not had KFC in a very long time. No, I've not had it in a very long time.
I mean, if it comes down to KFC and Popeyes, I'm taking Popeyes every time.
Sure.
But KFC's not bad, though. KFC's not bad. And I had it. I had not had it in a long time, and I had it last year a couple times, and I was pleasantly surprised by how much I enjoyed it. And I like a good KFC or Popeyes. In this town, we're like a hot chicken town. We've been a hot chicken town for a minute.
Sure.
Everything's a hot chicken. and I love it, but like also at the same time, I kind of just want like a regular fried chicken every now and again.
Yeah.
But Popeyes, man,
Popeyes is great.
the sweet tea at Popeyes, the blackened chicken at Popeyes, the sides at Popeyes. I mean, it's just all amazing.
Yeah, I agree.
But you have to like Popeyes because it's Popeyes.
I mean, if I had my druthers, I would prefer Roy Rogers. I loved Roy Rogers.
But that's a burger joint.
They had chicken.
I'm sure they had chicken, but it was a burger joint.
I know, but their fried chicken was real good.
I'm sure, but we're talking about fried chicken places as opposed to places that serve
Well,
fried chicken.
but Popeyes is not a fried chicken place originally. It was a po' boy place. So they became famous for their fried chicken.
But Roy Rogers was a burger place till they shut the shit down.
Yes. Because they ran out of trigger.
It was not a po' boy's place.
Their sign says Popeyes Po' Boys. Like, that's part of the signage.
The original place, it first opened under the name Chicken on the Run, serving traditional Southern fried chicken. And then he reopened it, and then he called it Popeyes, not because of Popeye the Sailor, but because of Gene Hackman and the French Connection.
Yeah.
Which I knew, but I was like, I have to double check that. Like, that's such an insane thing. That I was like, let me double. Did I dream that? Like, that can't be correct, but it actually is indeed the thing. Yeah, no, it got renamed as it was the restaurant closed. So Chicken on the Run closed, and he was trying to compete with Kentucky Fried Chicken. It failed after a couple of months. He reopened it 4 days later as Popeye's Mighty Good Chicken. It had never called Popeye's Po' Boys.
Chicken. It was Chicken on the Run. And then Mighty Good Chicken. And then Popeyes. But they have a whole big po' boy thing, which connects to them being from New Orleans.
I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what to tell you. I have never seen a po' boys on a Popeye sign. I have never seen it. So, it is crazy to name your fucking restaurant after Gene Hackman's French Connection. Like, why? What is
and like that movie doesn't. It would be one thing. It was like, well, that movie takes place in New Orleans, but it doesn't. So I don't know.
Oh man,
that's so weird. That's so weird. There's a part of me that wonders if like King Features was like, we're gonna sue you because you're using the name of our cartoon character, and he's like, no, I got it from that movie. And I'm like, God damn it, like.
And Paramount's like, yeah, go ahead. Who cares?
Yeah, I guess. Sure.
They did, however, later license Popeye, the sailor.
Yes,
they did license him for a while.
Okay.
So yeah,
I know I've been in Popeyes that have like a Popeye movie poster, just like on a wall. Like, look, there he is. There you go.
No, they were aligned with King Features until 2012.
There you go.
Yeah, so like they were until recently.
I wonder what broke up.
Mutual termination of the licensing contract. I'm assuming that Popeye's Chicken was like, this is not bringing us anything. Nobody cares about Popeye the Sailor Man. Like, no offense, but like.
No, I mean, I don't think. The other day I saw something that was like, there's a new artist on the Popeye comic strip. I was like, that's still going?
Yeah.
Like, I was shocked. Yeah.
But it's funny because Popeyes, if I was thinking about Popeye the Sailor Man, I'm thinking about hamburgers as well because of Wimpy. Although there's a fucking sub place called Wimpy's.
Wimpy's, yeah.
So he didn't eat subs. That was Dagwood. God damn it.
Which is there a sub place called Dagwood's?
There's a sandwich called a Dagwood.
A sandwich?
There is a sandwich called a Dagwood.
Yeah.
All this is a disaster. All these cartoon comic strip shit's all fucked up. God damn it.
And then what? Charlie Brown's are like their shoes, and they're also like a chocolate treat.
And yeah. All right. Is that it for the?
That's all the news I got. Yeah.
Did I see any? I can't remember if I saw anything else. I feel like I did. I feel like there was something I got excited about, and then now I don't know what it was. So who knows? Maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't see something. I guess tickets are on sale now for Supergirl.
Yes.
I will tell you, they're yanking Mandalorian Grogu out of IMAX.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah. Well,
That's
the movie bombed.
Bombed real hard.
I don't know how else to put it. It's struggling to get to like 250, isn't it? Like.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, for sure. It's doing very.
That's really shocking to me. I gotta say, like, I didn't think it was gonna make like $1 billion or anything, but I figured 300. You know, I'm pretty surprised.
I am too. But you know what? Everybody wanted to see Backrooms.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm not going to write about this, so I'm just going to say it, which is that every time a movie like this makes a lot of money, they pundits like, oh my god, Hollywood's changed, oh my god, this is the future. It's like, no, it's not. Like, this has been happening for decades. Like, fucking one of the most profitable movie of all time is Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The studios did not pick up Chainsaw Massacre movies. Do you know what I mean? Like, a Blair Witch made a gazillion fucking dollars, and we definitely did get found footage, but the studios were not like all in on found footage.
Well, Blair Witch 2 was not found footage, famously.
Right. That's famously not found footage. Yeah. So I mean, like, this happens, especially in horror. And especially in horror, where, like, and by the way, these aren't even the first YouTube guys to make a lot of money.
No.
Making movies. Like, it's like crazy how everybody pretends that that's the case. We've had that already.
Yeah.
So I just kind of don't quite. People love to get. They love to go, oh, the movies are over. Oh, the movies are back. Oh, the movies are over. Oh, the movies are back. So yeah.
Yeah.
It's. I don't know.
I don't know. It's, you know, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
What are they gonna say when Scary Movie makes $50 million this weekend? How does that fit into the fucking thought process?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? Like, that's very true. Like, because it's probably gonna make a bunch of money if I had to guess.
It's gonna be huge. It's gonna be huge.
Is it tracking big? Do you know that?
It's tracking to open at 50 million. Yeah.
Is it really? Wow. Yeah. But that makes
like I think 45 to 50 is what it's tracking at.
I mean, that makes so much sense because, like, it's not been one in 20-something years. And people enjoyed those. They just really ran it to the ground is the thing. And there's so many new things to make fun of now that I think it makes a lot of sense. A lot of people who grew up never seeing one of these on screens is going to want to go to the theater and do this.
I guess so, yeah.
So, yeah.
It's going to make a lot of money. That's for sure.
God, good.
Yeah.
Oh, did you see the thing about Tom Holland and the Odyssey and Spider-Man?
That they delayed Spider-Man?
But did you see the thing about the letter he sent Sony?
No.
He sent Sony a letter. Man, I wish I could find it right now. I can't find it. That he said, you know, I've been watching how Chris Nolan makes a movie, and, like, there's a reason that they're making this movie. We need to have a reason to make Spider-Man 4, not just because, like, you can make a lot of money on it. And and then he also references that they brought in another writer that we did not know about.
Yes.
So
the writer of
Challengers.
Challengers, yeah.
Yeah. Which means that it looks like Mary Jane, Ned, and Peter are probably going to have a cuck relationship.
I mean, definitely Peter and Punisher are probably going to have to make out. Right? That's got to happen at the least, yeah.
You still haven't seen Challengers, right?
No, I have not.
Fucking love it, man. It's really good.
Yeah.
Really, really good. And he also wrote the script for Queer. I haven't seen Queer, so I can't say. I heard it's really good.
And he wrote the script for Sergeant Rock that didn't get made.
There you go. Yeah. Well, maybe that was bad. I don't know.
I don't know.
He's another fucking YouTube guy, by the way.
Is he?
Yeah, he was. He had a viral video potion seller back in, like, the 2010s, I want to say.
Okay.
Yeah, no, he was a viral video guy. So this whole idea that, like, oh, they're coming from YouTube, like, yeah, they've been doing it. They've been doing it.
Yeah. I mean, not for nothing, but don't get me, there's plenty of garbage on YouTube. Hello, how are you? But you know, it is a place where artistic people and, like, filmmakers can put up their stuff.
It's a place where there's an entire generation that just grew up putting shit there. Like, that's the thing. Like, it's nothing to do with the actual YouTube. It's just like, this is where people put stuff.
Yeah. And some of them are going to be very talented.
Yeah.
You know, that's all it comes down to.
Yeah.
The other ones are going to be Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Saw a really good thing about Mr. Beast today.
What's that?
There was somebody got a memo that the Mr. Beast staff sent out to, like, the head of staff sent out to all the rest of the staff, and it says Jimmy is eating healthy now, and you cannot bring junk food or unhealthy foods around Jimmy. He can't see them. He can't see the wrappers. If you see Jimmy eating unhealthy food and take it away and throw it in the garbage and you film it, I will send you $5 each time you do it. And it's like, this is no longer allowed. We're very serious about this. Jimmy cannot see these foods.
Who the hell's Jimmy?
Mr. Beast.
Oh, okay.
So
I was just imagining it was like part of like 28 years later.
no, it's Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast's real name is Jimmy.
Oh, okay.
So if you work for Mr. Beast, you can't fucking bring junk food around anymore. You can't
get that Twix out of here.
You can't order food in. You got to have only healthy food.
Well, there you go.
And he has ready-made meals that he's only supposed to eat these ready-made meals.
Okay.
So I guess they're probably trying to keep him alive a little bit longer.
Probably trying to make sure that Nougat doesn't like get caught up in the gears and break down his system again.
No, he looks like shit. So I suspect that he's like not doing great because the deal is that my understanding is that all he does is work. That's it. That's it. He's just like a legitimate workaholic to like the worst extent, and so he's probably fucking killing himself. Frankly,
well,
he's gonna have like 500 million.
Relax.
He's gonna have 500 million subscribers soon.
Yeah, he's fine. You can take a day off.
But people like that never take a day off. That's the thing, that they get where they are because they don't take the day off.
Yeah, they're on constantly.
That's the deal.
Yeah.
Right. People like us, we never get there because we're like, we need to take a day off.
I'm amazed when a trailer will come out and 20 minutes later somebody has like a 3-hour video on it. I'm like, how'd you make a 3-hour video on a trailer that came out 20 minutes ago? Like, how much prep time did you have? What's going on?
I mean, sometimes they get the trailers in advance.
Yes. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, some of these people move very, very quickly. Mm-hmm. I'm impressed.
I will say the thing about making content, like real content creators, quote unquote, is that you kind of got to be on 24 hours a day. And you really got to be like ready to go all the time. Yeah. It's pretty sick. I mean, if you look at like Hassan Piker, that guy streams like 8 hours a day. That's like a fucking full-time job, which it honestly seems crazy to me. I understand a full-time job is fine, but like when your full-time job is being on stream for 8 hours and then you have to also like prep and like do other stuff around that. Do you know what I mean? That's not just 8 hours. That's like a lot. Yeah. I wouldn't want to do that. How does he have time to read or watch movies or whatever? He talks about stuff. He talks about books. I don't get it.
I mean, does he have a team that does the prep for him? I don't know.
He probably does now. I'm sure he does now.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how any
most of these people have teams. A lot of them.
No, most of them, but like just beginning and just like I cannot imagine doing this for 8 hours every day. Like we're 40 minutes in, I'm already like, I'd like to go take a nap now.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. All right. We got letters this week?
We do.
What do we got?
Formerly known as .D says, months after the failure of Ella McKay, Brooks's films cleave pretty much in two, classics in the front and let's say unclassics in the back. I'm curious about the brothers' thoughts on The Fulcrum, As Good as It Gets. In the years after its release, it got heavy backlash, not undeservedly, but as creaky and dated as it is, the backlash always seemed outsized, especially at its biggest offenses, as its biggest offenses are directly textual. Whoever thinks that the tropes just slipped past James freaking Brooks unnoticed and unintentionally, well, we can't save them all. Most reactions I've seen or heard are from Gen Z and alpha enthusiastic, effusive even.
I mean, James Brooks lost his fastball. That's what happened. And I think that's a thing that you're seeing in As Good as It Gets. Look, you're right. Like, he knows what he's doing. He just doesn't have the dexterity to do it the way that he was originally. I mean, like, when you look at James Brooks's movies, like, before that, it is just fucking grand slam after grand slam, right? So, like, it's just nothing but great fucking movies. And so, like, on a... because here's the it's starting over, terms of endearment, broadcast news, I'll do anything, which is actually not that great. And then As Good as It Gets. And then after that, though, it's Spanglish, How Do You Know, and Ella McKay. So I just think that he really lost his fastball. And that's not uncommon. And I think also because he's of a specific era, his sort of perspective, he did not make it over the hump, I think, kind of. A lot of older guys didn't make it over the hump in terms of perspective. And they were already sort of like out of touch people in the beginning. They had ended up like making a lot of money and shit like that. And they kind of got out of touch. But like, yeah, I don't know. I think that's honestly the thing. I haven't seen As Good as It Gets in a long time, so I don't feel...
I will say, when it came out, I loved it. I was like, this is a great movie.
I liked it a lot. I do think that it was creaky. I think that was the thing. It was like one of these, like, looking back at it now, you're like, oh, this is like a final thing from a specific era. Like, this era doesn't exist anymore.
And I mean, when it came out, when did it come out? It came out in 97. So I was 20, so I was still quite a young lad, you know. So, you know, that was as I was like, I'm starting to watch adult films, like As Good as It Gets. And it's like, no, I look at it like,
Kathy Bates's boobs. It's an adult movie.
No, that's not As Good as It Gets. That's about Schmidt.
Well, it's not. That's right. It's about Schmidt. Yeah, it's a different fucking, God damn it. That's a different goddamn Jack Nicholson movie.
As Good as It Gets is Greg Kinnear playing a gay guy who gets beat up. And
Yes. Yeah. And Helen Hunt. That's right. Okay, yes. Yeah. Okay, brain. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry about that, everybody. Sorry about that. False alarm.
There you go. Yeah, I remember. I have not seen it in probably since like on VHS at some point. I don't think I've ever seen it in HD, except for like I saw it theatrically, so that. But like, you know, after that, I know I owned it on VHS. I don't think I've ever seen it in any other format since then. So it's been a while. But I remember enjoying it.
Did I mention broadcast news when I was going over his...
I believe so.
Did I? Okay.
I hope so. That's like his tops.
No, I did mention it. Yeah, it's like one of the greatest movies ever made.
Yeah.
And it's a movie that every now and again people, I think, don't understand how to watch now, because the movie does have Albert Brooks as sort of the hero, but Albert Brooks is like a dipshit. And so like you're supposed to... Like that's a thing you're supposed to understand. Like even though... He's the kind of guy that traditionally is the underdog who you're rooting for. The reality is that he's a dick, and you know, and William Hurt's not quite as awful as you think he is. I mean, he is a problem, but he's not like what you think.
Yeah.
So you know, and I you know, nobody ends up with anybody. You know,
Nope.
It's absolutely fucking amazing.
I mean, but Broadcast News does have the great sequence with Albert Brooks just constantly sweating horribly, which is one of the funniest things ever put on film. Yes. Just absolutely amazing.
Yes. I mean, it's a really fucking amazing movie. But again, if you're watching it and you think it's just a standard rom-com where you're supposed to be on Albert Brooks' side, it's not. Like, and you are, I mean, honestly, I'm sure James L. Brooks 100% identifies with that character.
Oh, for sure.
Any comedy writer is going to identify with that character. But at the end of the day, the movie is very wide-eyed about what's wrong with him.
I think that's something that gets lost a lot especially with 70s rom-coms. A lot of the times the guy in it is not a good person, and the film knows it, but it seems like people over time have not been able to keep up with that concept. The film knows it.
This is an 87 movie, but 70s and 80s, I think was a time when you could have movies where the main characters were not necessarily good people. They were enjoyable to watch sometimes, but they weren't good people, and the movie is about the ways they're not particularly good people, and they may or may not learn anything over the course of the movie. And so... But yeah, people don't like that anymore. They need to be told like that this person is bad, what this person's doing is wrong. So yeah.
And that's how you get Ella McKay. Actually, I haven't seen it. I don't know if it's like that.
I actually haven't seen it either, and that's kind of crazy because once upon a time, although you know what, after Spanglish, I kind of dropped.
I never saw Spanglish. I was like, I saw the trailer for that. I was like, no, that looks terrible. Yeah.
I mean, there's like I understand. Like, there's like I get it. Like, I watched it.
How do you know?
I get like what's going on here. I think it's disastrously miscast with Adam Sandler. I think is a big part of it. And I just think, again, it's a really out of touch movie. It's like a real 80s feel to it. Like, I don't think that played as well in the 2000s. So, yeah.
I wonder if no, it can't because it was Brooks, so he would have gotten the budget. But like, how does Adam Sandler end up in Spanglish?
Because Adam Sandler wanted to get an Oscar.
Sure, but like, why is James L. my first thought was like, well, Brooks needed him, excuse me, to get the budget. But no, it's James L. Brooks. He could have gotten his budget.
No, that wasn't it. He wanted a big star, and he was. I mean, the thing is, everybody likes Sandler, and like Sandler's like, I want to make like a pretty serious movie. I want to like actually do that. And Brooks is like, I can do this for you. I can be the guy that does this for you. Yeah. So I'm sure that's exactly what happened.
And he's like, oops, nope, I can't.
Yeah, it turns out, no, I can't. Paul Thomas Anderson could though.
Did Sandler get a?
No, not the Oscar, but he made an actual serious movie with. The thing is that PTA did it in a way that played to Adam Sandler. Yeah, that's the thing. I think that's the thing that I think makes a big difference is that role, Punch Drunk Love, was basically written for Sandler. And that actually is, I'm pretty sure Punch Drunk Love probably is what got him the role in Spanglish.
Yeah,
that came first. Yeah. So like I can imagine Brooks saying, I love Punch Drunk Love. Look at what Sandler's capable of.
And Sandler is capable of doing good work, like good dramatic work. You know,
I don't know.
I think he's great in Punch Drunk Love. I think he's, I can never watch it again. But what's the movie made with the Safdie brothers? That one. That's great.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He's really great in that. I think the thing is, I think in both of those movies, there's a patheticness to him. I think that's the key.
Oh no, very much so. Yeah.
So.
But he's good in them, he's really good. Yeah. And I liked him in the one with George Clooney. I thought he was good.
I thought he was much better than I thought he would be. I did not like that movie as much as you did. You loved that movie.
I enjoyed that movie very much. I really did.
I really got to the end of that movie and I was like, really? This is honestly the movie you've made?
I think what I like about the movie is the entire thing comes down to him being like, do I make a deep personal connection with my daughter? Or do I go and watch a festival all about how great I am? And he goes to the festival. I find that very funny. I find that very funny.
That's like, we're just talking about movies where main characters are not super likable or good. And that's a good example. I just feel like it's like one of those ones where I just don't think it really fucking nails it. I just think it like kind of is weird. And I think that him beating up a mentally ill guy, I think was enough bad. I'm not sure that you needed to go much farther than that.
I think you do, because the mentally ill guy, he beats him up. He doesn't know he's mentally ill at the time. Yeah. So I think there's that, Yeah. Like he finds out after, It's like that bit in 21 Jump Street when Channing Tatum punches the one guy. He's like, and they're like, "You're doing a hate crime. That guy's gay." He's like, "What? I didn't know he was gay."
I will say this: the thing about that was it called
Jay Kelly?
Jay Kelly. The thing about Jay Kelly is that I had like a real class war reaction to that movie.
Oh, sure.
Like where I was like, "Fuck this guy! I don't give a shit." Like, significantly fuck this guy. Like
one of the biggest problems in that movie, as a structural issue, is like he's not taking the train. It's like that's just not happening.
Well, you know what? But that's the conceit, right? But the thing is, the movie doesn't make the whole movie isn't about the train, which it kind of needed to be. If that's going to be your conceit, it's got to be about that and the people he meets on the train, and like just be about that. But that isn't what it's like. The second act is he's taking a train. Then the thing is when he gets to the festival, it just keeps going, and I'm like, this is still going.
Definitely when he gets to the festival, and there's the bit with the other actor with Patrick, whatever his name is from the Conjuring movies, and the agent has fired him, and he's all sad, like it's like what is going on?
It's like a whole other movie happens. It's like that movie's like the Jay Kelly trilogy.
Yes.
Because it opens, he's in LA and he gets into a fight with his old friend, and then he's on a train, and then he has a whole adventure on the train, and then he gets to the festival, and then he hits rock bottom and gets fired and stuff like that, or gets let go by the agent. Yeah, so it's the Jay Kelly trilogy.
Doesn't he fire his agent? I think he fires his agent.
Oh,
Does
he fire his agent? No, it doesn't. Does Sandler tell him to go fuck off?
Oh no, Sandler is firing Patrick Wilson.
Right.
He's dropping Patrick Wilson.
Right.
And then when things go bad with Jay Kelly, he's like, I'm done with you.
Yeah. He's like, I'm done with you. I can't do this anymore. Yeah. I mean, so Sandler's the only character that has like an arc in that movie.
Yes. Sandler has it because he just wants to go home and be with his family and all this horrible, like he's trapped dealing with Jay Kelly and whatnot. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I like it. I mean, look, the movie doesn't deserve awards or anything, but I enjoyed it. That was an enjoyable time to watch. What are we going to do? Anyway, Matt, a.k.a. Axel Rosenberg, says, in his recent review of Scream 7, Devin suggested that he hates the Terrifier franchise. I was just wondering if he could elaborate. I'm a little younger than you guys, born in 82, but I'm a lifelong slasher fan, and I think these movies are pretty great. They don't have aspirations of being elevated horror. They have a sense of humor, and they're incredibly gory in ways that I imagine a lot of 80s slasher movies would like to have been, if not for the MPAA. And unlike most post-Scream slashers, they don't wink at the audience. I have the utmost respect for Devin and would love to know more about why he hates these movies. Is it that their fan base is admittedly pretty obnoxious, or is there something about these films themselves that he doesn't like? Derek, if you've seen the movies, please feel free to weigh in as well. Thank you both for all you do. I can't begin to express how much I love your podcasts and always find them to be funny, thought-provoking, and weirdly comforting.
Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Have you seen the Terrifier movies?
I made it through half of the first one.
I saw the first one. I haven't seen the rest of them. And I tapped out after the first one. And I'll tell you why I tapped out after the first one. Because it's an FX demo. It's not a movie. It's an FX demo. And the FX is great. It's a great FX demo. But like on some level, I want a movie attached to an FX demo. And I think that Damon Leone doesn't write characters. And I think that
that's the big thing for me.
That's the thing. I mean, I feel like there's a thing about 1980s slasher movies that I think that he doesn't get, that Damon Leone doesn't get, which is that what makes exploitation and slasher movies of the time really great is that the studios and the money men really didn't care what you did as long as you gave them marketable stuff.
Yeah.
So the filmmakers would often do interesting or weird things. And you could find personality. Like, I think one of the best examples of auteur theory actually happens in the world of slasher films because they are smuggling their own perversions and interests into there. They kind of can't help it, right? I think the only thing getting smuggled into at least the first Terrifier movie is, I think, misogyny. And I think it's the kind of misogyny that's like, oh, but a girl wins. And I don't know that doesn't actually make it better. I think also the thing is that Damon Leone, I wouldn't have known this in 2016 when I saw the first or 2017 when I saw the first Terrifier, but he's pretty clearly right wing these days. Like when his lead actors were getting like literally threatened by MAGA people, his statement was, hey man, there's a lot of angry talk on both sides. I'm just making these movies for everybody. And it's like, no. Sorry to break the news to you, but like, you wouldn't do that in Germany in 1932. If you did that, we might hang you at Nuremberg. You know what I mean? Like you can't say I'm making the movie for the Nazis as well as everybody else. Like, you just can't. I'm sorry. And that sort of both sidesism, I think, is grotesque. And I think that retroactively, I kind of see that sort. There's like a kind of a horror fan. It's like they're like Hesher horror fans. They're the guys that you'll see at conventions, and they're wearing either Fright Rag shirts or like Metallica shirts, and they don't have a big interest in anything other than the tits and the gore. And those are both great parts of slasher and horror movies, obviously.
Sure.
They're big parts, but there's got to be something else. And I just don't think Terrifier has that something else. It's an FX demo.
Yeah.
And like, if somebody came to me and said, look at my FX, I'd be like, wow, amazing. Wow, you should write a movie around this. But you know, that's not what Damon Leone did. Also, I fucking hate clowns. Like, not like, I'm afraid of them, but like, give me a break with the clowns already. I was at Monsterpalooza this past weekend, and some amazing costumes, incredible costumes, but a lot of people showing up to Monsterpalooza with clown masks on.
Sure, it's
and
easy.
every guy with the clown mask on gives immense rapist energy. Like, that's the energy that it gives, because like, it's like scary. They're trying to be scary, but they're trying to be scary in a way that like Michael Myers is not trying to be scary. They're trying to be scary like in I am going to do bad things to you and leave you alive to have trauma from it. Like, that's like the vibe.
It's what I call, as much as I do enjoy the movies, the Annabelle conundrum of like, if you had that doll in your house, you'd be like, this thing's getting thrown the fuck out. What are you talking about? This is terrifying looking. Like, there's no like, and when you do that with horror stuff, I get annoyed, and
Well, I don't mind like people that dress like all different kinds of scary characters. There's just something about the clown mask.
Yeah, the clown is
not
like
clown
all right,
makeup.
yeah.
It's the clown mask.
Yeah.
And I think there's a reason why you'll see clown masks often used in movies as a way of symbolizing like a group of like thugs or something like that.
Yeah.
And I just think it's a really unpleasant vibe when you're putting on a clown mask and then like jumping at people at a convention. It really just again has big rapist vibes and like grab you in an alleyway kind of shit, you know. And that's so I don't like the clown shit. I just think it's really tired and I don't think it's interesting. And yeah, that's like kind of my take on Terrifier. Again, the gore is incredible. The effects work is astonishing in Terrifier. It's like some of the best gore effects I've ever seen. And I can't take that away from them. I just, again, wish they had made a movie around it, and I might have a different opinion about it.
Yeah, that was my problem. Was there was no characters. Like the movie was going, and all of a sudden people are getting killed, and I was like, but I don't like. Don't get me wrong. Like you don't watch Friday 13th, and you're like deeply invested in the characters' lives, but you know them in some way, and so like there's a connection, and either you're like, oh, good, that person sucks, I'm happy to watch them die. Or you're like, oh no, what a bummer. Like, you know, and there was nothing like that for Terrifier. When the half that I watched, I was like, oh, I guess that person's dead. Okay.
Well, in slasher movies, they're often types. That's the thing. So, oh, there's the nerd, there's the hot cheerleader. Like they're types, and so within that context, they have there's a characterization within that. It's not deep. We're not talking about Oscar shit here.
Except for Friday 13th Part 4. Crispin Glover, he just breaks all stereotypes. He's just all over the place.
Well, also Friday the 13th Part 5. That has my favorite kill now in the entire Friday the 13th franchise.
Part 5?
Yeah.
Which kill?
It's not even a Jason kill. It's when they cut the fat kid up with an axe. It's just like it's like so brutal and out of nowhere. Like it's just like it's just a home for like mentally disturbed teenagers, and then one of them just chops this fucking fat kid up. And he's like one of these embarrassing fat kids. Like they really
he's covered in like chocolate.
Covered in chocolate, like really embarrassing fat phobia. And they just chop him up, man. And then it turns out his dad, Roy, from the ambulance crew, ends up becoming Jason. I kind of love the nastiness of that. Like there's like 5 is a really mean movie.
5 is a very mean movie.
I was tempted to say Terrifier's mean, but I like mean. But there's like a meanness to Terrifier that feels different. It feels nihilistic. I think the other thing is, honestly, like this is going to sound like old man shit, but the older slasher films, they shot them on film. So they had to they couldn't just keep shooting. They had to like do setups. They had to like figure out where the camera was going to go. They look like movies most of the time. Modern digital movies, even the best ones, don't look like movies most of the time. And they're just like fucking hosing down footage. And I think there's a really big difference between knowing that especially on a low budget picture in the 80s, you know you only have so many feet of film to play with, so you can't fuck around. And if you do fuck up, it stays. Like, which I think is also charming, by the way. So that's another thing. I think digital has really hurt a lot of horror stuff. Because I think it's often less artful as a result, because you just have to, and you don't have to light it well either. That's the other thing about digital. Digital's killed lighting. Yes. So that's another problem.
Which is so important to horror.
I think the Terrifier films look real flat. So
I agree with that.
So yeah, that's why I really hate those movies. And I do think that they have an obnoxious fan base. And but yeah, and again, like the Damon Leone being like, hey man, can't we all get along? That sucks, but that was like something that I said, oh, a lot of the ways that I feel about what's happening in this movie makes sense to me now. Now that I know this about this guy, I'm like, oh, okay. So yeah. Anyway, that's my take, you know? I keep meaning to watch the other two. Because the gore is really good. I mean, I can't deny it. The gore is fucking incredible.
Movie that nobody saw?
I don't know. Who cares? Another fucking shitty Italian. Damien Leone. All right, what else? What's our last letter?
Clay says, as someone who was a prime He-Man fan as a kid, I've been pretty impressed with how faithful the original character concepts for the new film seems to be. However, there's one thing that I can't get over. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Why, after a career of making the most insane vocal choices, including playing Paolo Gucci as a pizza box come to life, do you think Jared Leto chose to rein it in for Skeletor? He seems to be doing a pretty stock, deep, evil guy voice. But between this and the live-action Transformers and G.I. Joe movies, neutering the voices of Starscream and Cobra Commander, respectively, I, for one, will not stand for this erasure of the greatest shrill, bitchy queen villains of the 1980s.
Well, I haven't seen the movie yet, so I have to preface it with that. But there's one thing I know about the movie that Travis Knight, the director, has talked about, is that thematically, and it's crazy to talk about the thematics of a Masters of the Universe movie, but thematically, he sees He-Man as positive masculinity and Skeletor as toxic masculinity. And I do think that playing Skeletor as a bitchy queen would not 100% work in that scenario. I think he has to come across as way more butch.
I think. Considering how much MAGA is always about how tough and manly Trump is, and he is the bitchiest queen of them all.
I know. I mean, I get it. That's like one of the great ironies of that whole movement, but I just don't think it would. I think that if they went to the movies and saw that, they would not buy him as masculine, even though they are creating this masculine image for Trump that is not real. I think that they would not buy it, and I think that you want to make it like a lot more clear that like this is toxic. I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know. We also, maybe he gets more shrill as the film goes on, like once He-Man becomes
maybe at the end of the movie, Superman cuts off his dick and then he gets real shrill.
Superman shows up in this one, huh?
He-Man, rather. Did I say Superman? He-Man.
But they're not showing us a lot of him anyway, and that's because they don't want Jared Leto within a fucking mile of this movie.
Yes.
Very great news story last week, which was Jared has been avoiding going to the premieres and the press events. And it's like, no, he hasn't. He's been told not to go. And his people leaked that out to make it look less embarrassing. And like he doesn't think the movie's that good, and it's like, give me a break, man. He's not made a good movie in a long fucking time. So like, why would this one be any different?
Yeah,
it's
he went to the
Morbius
fucking premiere.
He went to Morbius. He went to fucking Tron Ares. Like, why they don't want him around? Because he's such a fucking drag at this point. Like, you know, he's not like Johnny Depp. I think you could still have come to a premiere. I think, even though he's
Johnny
like, a piece
Depp.
Of shit.
Johnny Depp still has like a pretty vocal fan base.
Yeah.
I don't think Leto does anymore.
No, I don't think so at all.
You know,
and and nobody likes him. I mean, that's the thing. And his movies don't do well. So like,
that's the other thing.
Why put him out there if he's fucking box office poison, that guy.
Yeah.
So I think we might just not be seeing all of the Skeletor stuff, but I'll know soon enough when I go see the movie.
Yeah.
I'll have maybe a different answer, but I do think it might be, because I know, again, Travis Knight says that he wanted Skeletor to be toxic masculinity. So
okay.
Derek, if people have questions, where can they send them to?
They can send them to ask.cinema.sanga@gmail.com. In the subject line, put what show you want it for, across the Omniverse or Bad Batch, and then one question or comment per email, please. Thank you.
All right, you ready to talk about the first 4 episodes of Spider-Noir?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Spider-Noir, Season 1, Episodes 1 through 4. Step into my office, tread lightly, double cross, and a mistake I'll never make again. All right, it's the Nicolas Cage as Ben Reilly Spider-Man. You watched this both black and white and color, and you have some thoughts on the color version.
I think it works better in color.
Okay, why?
I believe that the colors pop very much. I think the colors actually inform a lot about the characters in some ways, or at least one character in particular, in that everybody in the show wears primarily dark colors, except for Lamorne Morris, who is Robbie Robertson, and he's wearing brighter colors than everyone else. And it's definitely on purpose, because he's the only one really doing this. And I think it plays into like what's going on with his character and who he is. And that does not come across in black and white. I also think the show does not stand out very much in black and white, but in color, it just works better. The set color, like decoration and stuff, stands out much more and is much better in color.
Well, I'm not convinced it's supposed to stand out. I mean, I thought it looked really actually good in black and white. I mean, I thought a lot of the
looked okay, but yeah, you know.
I think a lot of the brightness and the color, I think they're doing computer coloring on a lot of that stuff, because when you're shooting it for black and white, which is what they were doing, your color pattern is going to be a little bit different. It's like, if you were to look at behind the scenes stuff of like black and white movies, like you'll see people wearing weird color lipstick.
Yeah, I mean, if you go and look up on-set photos of the Addams Family TV show, their entire house is pink.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that's the thing, because it reads better in black and white that way.
Yeah.
And so, but I thought that they really nailed the noir look. I thought they did a really great job with the shadows. I was worried it was going to be Sin City looking.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's too Sin City. Sometimes it is. Every now and again, I'm like, oh, that's Sin City. But a lot of the time it's not. And I think they do a pretty good job visually getting that. I also think that they do a pretty good job dialogue-wise getting a lot of noir feel.
Yes.
There's a lot of really good noir banter and stuff like that. That's like, I'm very impressed by some of the writing on this.
I think this is actually a pretty well-written show.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
I want to be very clear. I did not enjoy this. I do think it's a well-written show. I think the pacing is horrible. I think a lot of time is spent with nothing going on. I think it runs into the same problem that we have discussed with the Netflix show of it's two different stories where they're both working on the same case and getting the same information. And so you're just seeing stuff kind of repetitively, and that's no fun. And I think Nicolas Cage is almost unwatchable in this. I honestly, every single time he speaks, all I can imagine is the other actors in the scene turning to the director and being like, "You're cool with that? Like, this is what we're doing? Really? This is the show?" It is crazy.
So it's really well written. I think that a big problem, I've only watched the first 4. We're doing this in 2 segments.
That's all I've seen too. I've not seen the second half.
And I think that it's really well written dialogue wise. Like, I'm actually often very impressed. I was like, wow, I can't believe they're actually writing something that really feels this true. But I think also part of what the thing about noir, like classic noir, is that sometimes the plots are like a little obtuse, or they are overly complicated, or there's like a lot of repetition, and like they keep going back to the same place and getting new information. Like, I think it's the Maltese Falcon where everybody's like, there's no answer to this. Like, this just doesn't make any sense. And that's like a very common kind of a thing. And the problem is that that's fine in a movie. It's just when we're dragging it out to 4 hours here. I'm like, oh man, we're really dragging this
and we've got another 4 hours to go.
Yeah, and we're really dragging a lot of shit out. Like, there's like a lot of information that's just not being given that we're going to have to go get again and again and again. I think that, like, if this was half as long, it would be a lot better.
I think if the episodes were a half hour each, it would be much, much better.
Well, I just think this is a fucking 2-hour movie. Like, a two-hour movie is a miniseries. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because some of these episodes are episodes, but a couple of them aren't. So, like, you know, I don't know. Nicolas Cage is 100% the biggest problem on the show.
Yes.
I would go so far as to say he's disastrously bad.
Yes.
And I know that we're all supposed to go LOL Nicolas Cage, but, like, first of all, he's like 70 years old. And
there are sequences where he's running and it's like, obviously everyone else is running at like a quarter speed because this man's got plantar fasciitis and he cannot keep up. Like, he can't run anymore. It's
nuts. He's so old. At the end of episode 4, when he kisses Kat, I'm like, this is disgusting. And I'm not.
When they flash back to like the girl that died, and it's like she's like 32 and you're 78, man. This is gross.
I mean, the thing is, I don't mind an age gap, but I need my older man to be very handsome. Do you know what I mean? Like, George Clooney making out with a 25-year-old is fine.
Sure.
Like, George Clooney's very fucking handsome. But Nicolas Cage, not a handsome man at best of times. Weird-looking guy.
Yeah.
And he is really weird-looking here, and because the amount of makeup they put on him sometimes, he looks like a corpse on occasion to me. Yeah. Also, I think his performance is pretty bad. And I'm going to say something I thought watching this, which is that they should have swapped Lamorne Morris and Nicolas Cage.
Do not disagree.
I think Lamorne Morris would have been a great Ben Reilly, and I think that Nicolas Cage would have been a fine Urich. Like, because he's playing Robbie Robertson, which is a black character. But if it was Ben Urich, I think it'd be fine. Like, I think he'd be fine. Yeah. Same role basically, but Ben Urich instead of Robbie Robertson.
Sure.
And because I think that Lamorne Morris is the most enjoyable to watch.
Oh, he's fantastic. He's absolutely fantastic. Yeah. I've never seen him give a bad performance. I want to be very clear on that.
But
I
like
think
in
he's
this,
great.
he's really, really good though. He's like really, really good.
Yeah.
And he has like, I think that the kind of hard boiled but decent thing that they're trying to do with Ben Reilly, I think Lamorne Morris does a little bit better of a job there.
Yeah.
He's willing to lie, cheat, and steal to get the story, but he's also lively and interesting and likable. And Nick Cage is like, every scene he's in, it's like they just roused him from a nap, and it is not great. And he's trying to do like a Bogart, I think is what he's trying to do with his voice.
Well, here's the problem. I mean, let's start with how the show came about. This show exists because of Into the Spider-Verse, where he played a minor role as the Spider, as Spider-Noir. And it was like, oh, that's really fun. That's great. Let's do a TV show of that. The problem is you're taking a 5-minute gag and you're like, now here's 8 hours of it. And he's the main character. And it's too much. 5 minutes? Fine. Great. Perfect. There's a sequence in one of the episodes where he goes to the hospital and puts on like an even bigger detective voice to hide himself. But it's like you were already Looney Tunes cartoonish. And now you're going even further.
I mean, that's what Nick Cage is going to do, though. That's the thing. That's like when you hire Nick Cage, you know that's going to be part of it.
No, definitely. But that scene, it feels like they were like, you know, it would be great is he has to like double up on that kind of voice. That'd be funny. It's not, because he's already too far over. Right. So now it just goes further. He should have done like something different to make it funny, you know, to make it weird or whatever. But he doesn't. He just goes further and starts saying, you see, all the time. And it's like, this is not working. None of this is working. And he's unbearable to watch it.
The thing is that Spider-Man Noir had comic books, so there's stories with Spider-Man Noir. So I don't, even though it's a bit of a gag in Spider-Verse, it's a gag that is based on actual comic stuff.
Sure. He's
been in a number of stories, and he has actually like kind of a large.
He's in a video game.
But I mean, like in terms of like story stuff, like he's not just a joke. Like he's got story stuff.
No. Yes. Yeah.
And actually, the story stuff in the original comic is actually really interesting because Peter Parker, it's not Ben Reilly, it's Peter Parker in the comics. And he ends up getting his spider powers from a spider idol. And it's in a warehouse of stolen antiques. And he gets bit by a spider that comes out of it, and it gives him magical spider powers, right? So now that's how he gets his powers. He goes after Norman Osborn because Norman Osborn killed Uncle Ben. And in the course of it, he ends up, Aunt May hates Spider-Man. Because she thinks that vigilantes are horrible. And what happens is that he kills the Vulture. Vulture's going to kill Aunt May. He kills the Vulture, and Aunt May's like, how fucking dare you kill this person? You should have captured him. You need to kill him. And then that sort of creates a crisis of conscience for Peter Parker about how does he operate. That's a story. That's like a pretty good story.
That is. The problem there is that's not a good story when your Spider-Man is 68 years old.
Yes, no, I agree. But I'm saying, like, there's stories that are there. Nick Cage is just too old. It's just too old. And, it's very aggravating in that way to watch this very old man wander around and look old. And I'm old, man. I shouldn't be playing Spider-Man Noir.
I don't want to see old Spider-Man. I've discussed this before. I have no interest in seeing these characters becoming old.
I don't mind it. I don't mind Peter B. Parker in the Spider-Verse movies. I like that.
Peter B. Parker is about as old as I'll accept Spider-Man be.
Well, I think if Spider-Man... So here's the deal, is that in this show, the Spider had a career and then he retired. So I don't mind him being like in his 30s or something like that, like or even his early 40s. I don't mind.
I mean, even like it can work. You know, it can work on a page. Like Dark Knight Returns, it works because it's on a page. But if you made Dark Knight Returns live action and you actually hired like a 72-year-old man to be Batman, you'd be like, this does not work at all. Like, this is crazy. And I don't know how old Nicolas Cage is, but he's too old for this.
I kind of disagree with that. So I think that if you had hired Clint Eastwood when he was Nicolas Cage's age here to play Batman in Dark Knight Returns, I think it would have fucking killed.
I think seeing Clint Eastwood walking around in that costume, you'd be like, this is way too goofy. Something's off. Something's off.
I think he would have carried it. I think he would have really carried it. But
I mean, in the least, he wouldn't have been so like annoying. Like that's one of the biggest problems with this. It's just that like Nicolas Cage is just very annoying in this show as well.
I think it's important to note that you and I are not huge Nicolas Cage guys. I think that a lot of people who are very into Nicolas Cage, especially the meme of Nicolas Cage, will enjoy. And I like his work sometimes. I think he does.
There are moments in this that I think he does good stuff. Like he has moments where, oh, that was good, that was fun.
Yeah.
But like overall, like I can't stand the voice he's doing. It's so.
It sounds like, you know what his voice sounds like? It sounds like he just came from the dentist and they numbed him.
Yeah, he's like mumbling. Kind of drunk.
Yeah, they had to take out my molars.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what it sounds like, and it's really.
And again, it worked in Spider-Verse because he's doing it for 5 minutes. He's only a couple of minutes. You know, he's not the focus. Where he's the focus, it becomes exhausting very quickly.
Right. Very quickly.
You know, and thank God, nobody else is really doing they're all doing noir acting, but they're not doing noir voices, if you will.
They kind of are.
They're a little bit, but not like to such an extreme.
But again, that's the Nicolas Cage thing. So that's like part of the buy-in on this. Like when you see Nicolas Cage as Spider-Man in a noir setting, you kind of already know what he's playing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, this is Nicolas Cage. Like, so sort of complaining about that is like, you know, what are you going to do? Like, that's the buy-in. Like, if you
what I'm going to do is complain about it because I have to watch it for this friggin' podcast.
But what I mean, though, is like, that's just the way it's going to be. Like, you kind of have to take that as part of the built-in thing. Like, okay, it's like saying, like, I don't like Spider-Man. It's like, well, this is a Spider-Man show, so you're going to have to deal with the fact that Spider-Man's in it, right? So that's kind of how I feel about the Nick Cage stuff. I don't think it's good. I don't think he's good, and I think he's miscast. I do think it's interesting this takes place after Spider-Verse.
Yes, yeah. Because he says, ask me what universe I'm from.
Yeah, and so it references that very specifically. It's the same guy from Spider-Verse conceptually.
Yeah.
Which I think is pretty interesting. But yeah, I mean, so that's the wound at the center of the program, I think, is that Nick Cage is just not great. And I I was really hoping this would be a performance where I would find him more charming than I do. And I just don't. And again, it's really tough because Lamorne Morris is so charming and is doing a lot of the same stuff that he's doing.
Yes.
They're on the same case. And so, like, I would much prefer watching Lamorne Morris doing all of this stuff.
I mean, there is a moment in, I think, the 4th episode where Cage is hungover and can't open up a door. Mm-hmm. And he's, like, tripping over himself. And then Lamorne Morris does it, like, making fun of him. And it's like, well, but Lamorne Morris actually did it funnier. Yeah. like, here's a problem. That guy's got good comedic timing. Like, you know.
The 4 episodes that we have seen, and everybody at home probably seen all 8 of them by now, but maybe none of them because nobody's talking about this. Have you noticed that?
I noticed that about every show now.
That nobody talks about them anymore?
No, nobody talks about them anymore.
I don't disagree. I don't agree. I mean, like, everybody was talking about Heat of Rivalry. That was a big fucking deal.
Yes, you're right. That was a big one. But I think, like, that's kind
of Andor was a big deal. We all forget Andor from last year. Every time somebody's like, "Oh, Disney ruined Star Wars," it's like, Andor season 2 just came out,
just happened, yeah,
like just last year, man. Like, but we all forget about it though. Like, and everybody talked about that.
What I'm saying is, there's not like, there was a time not that long ago where it seemed like every week there was the show that everybody was talking about,
right?
And that doesn't seem to happen anymore. Like now we have it like once every quarter we have a show that everybody talks about, right? Yeah, Heated Rivalry. Andor, I'm sure there's something coming around. Like Widow's Bay, I've seen a lot of people talking about Widow's Bay.
No Apple TV show is that show. Severance.
Severance, Ted Lasso. People.
Yeah. Okay, those are the 2 shows. Those are the 2 shows. We have fewer of them. But like, I'm surprised that even in the spaces that I occupy, there's not a lot of talk about this. Usually, there's talk about all this shit. You know, and all the garbage superhero stuff, and it's just really quiet around this one. I'm kind of curious how it's doing, like what the numbers. We'll never know. We'll never know. So yeah, this picks up after Spider-Verse, 4 or 5 years after he quit being the Spider because his wife drowned.
Ruby.
She drowned, and he blames himself because he was out drinking, and one of the things that I had like a really hard time with by episode 3 was how many times, and I agree with his secretary, or how many times he doesn't take money from people. And like, I get it. Like, I get the bit here. The problem is none of these are good people. Like, there's not like, hey, my son is missing. I need you to help me. I have no money. But it's like piece of shit gangsters and the mayor and stuff like that. It's like, just take their fucking money, bro. Like, come on. And he does take Silvermane's money, so it's not like it's going to end up being like a really hard line that he's doing.
Apparently, if it's enough money, he'll take it.
That's the thing. If it's not,
like, if it's $10, he's like, whatever. But like, Silvermane's like, here's like $300. He's like, yeah, all right, cool.
Like, the first time he refuses money, it's because he finds out that it's Silvermane. He doesn't want to take money from Silvermane, and he knows that the guy's dead that they're looking for. He knows it's bad news. But every time after that, somebody offers him money, he doesn't take it. And the secretary gets really annoyed, and I'm like, yeah, me too, lady.
He actively gives money back to the guy who had him go take the photos of the mayor.
I don't understand why he did that. I don't understand why he did that.
Not a clue.
Yeah.
And then he even says, I'll pay you for your troubles. It's like, now this guy's making money off of it? It's wild.
Well, it's really funny because he has the negatives, and then like Flint Marko tries to beat him up for it, and then he just gives the negatives over. And I was like, okay, why? What? I mean, like, what? So he gets hired. So he gets hired to find this guy, Jimmy Addison, and it turns out another PI also got hired. You know who the other PI was?
No.
It's what's his name from Mindhunters? Ed Kemper.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's Ed Kemper from Mindhunters.
No, it can't be. He's not like 30 feet tall.
What do you want me to say? They find Addison eventually, and it turns out that Addison is like a Human Torch kind of guy, and he gets killed by the other PI. Now
he gets my favorite kind of death. Bullets, my only weakness.
Well, no, the thing it makes sense that bullets would kill him.
It would, but it's just funny that the guy pulls out a gun and he's like, "What are you gonna do? I'm gonna fucking shoot you. What do you think I'm gonna do?"
Well, I wonder if he thought that the bullets would melt. You know what I mean? Like if his thought process was, "Man, these bullets are gonna melt." He's not a real Spider-Man character.
No,
and the show creator said that was on purpose because they didn't want to take out a Spider-Man character in that role. They just didn't want
that makes sense.
Do that.
I get that.
So these two guys know that Addison has firepower, and then but they don't know who hired them to find him. And whoever it was hired both of them and like pitted them against each other. So they're going to like try to figure it out. Then Ben Reilly gets hired to go investigate Cat Hardy, a nightclub singer. And he follows her to the Mandarin's apartment building.
Yes.
That's the Mandarin's apartment building. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some really it's a New York show, but there's some really good LA locations shooting on the show.
Yeah. 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 Do you think Cat Hardy is played by Lee Jun Lee?
Mm-hmm.
Is she only allowed to act in Depression era stories? She's in this, she's in Sinners, and she's in Babylon.
She's got like a real first-hand.
She's like this
20th century vibe.
Yeah.
She was on The Exorcist.
She was?
Yeah, that's like one of your shows, bro. How do you not know that? How do you not know she's on The Exorcist?
I mean, the show came out like 10 years ago, man. What are you right? I'm sure she's in a lot of stuff that I don't remember.
She played Rose Cooper in season 2.
She's based on a true story. I watched all that. I have no memory.
So he goes and he climbs up the side of the building and catches a picture of Cat Hardy.
This is where one joke I do like is when he follows her into the building so he can see where the elevator goes.
Right.
And he's like, "I'm here for Bela Lugosi," or no, for Boris Karloff. And the guy's like, Boris Karloff doesn't live here. He's like, he might be under his fake name, Frank N. Stein. And he starts laughing. I did enjoy that. That was good.
It turns out that she's meeting the mayor up in the penthouse, and the mayor's about to slap her in the face when Ben Reilly stops him with a web and disappears. And he gets a photo of the mayor's face reflected in a mirror. What?
I enjoy this later on. Drives me crazy. There's a bit later on where he uses his webbing to make sure a door doesn't lock and comes back like 6 hours later. How long does his webbing last? How long was the mayor stuck to that door?
Well, my guess would be that you can like scrape it off or use some kind of solvent. Is my guess. Spider-Man's webs. It depends on different iterations of Spider-Man. Some I don't know. Does he have organic shooters? I'm not even sure. I'm assuming
he appears to have organic shooters.
Yeah. I don't know that much about this iteration of him, but it's depending on what the story is. Spider-Man's webs can last an hour, sometimes a bunch of hours, 12 hours other times. I imagine that you can scrape it off or use a solvent to get it off. So the mayor probably calls his fucking bodyguard. The guys come in.
Me.
You know what I mean? It's like they just go get like some paint thinner or something like that. They realize when he realizes that the mayor's involved, he decides to drop the case, which I don't again fully understand. I guess he doesn't want the mayor mad at him, but it's an election. I feel like it's a pretty good position to be in. I don't know.
I don't understand why he doesn't want the mayor mad at him.
Because like you don't want the mayor mad at you ever.
Guess
like in a Depression era New York City where like the mob runs everything, I kind of get it a little bit. You know, it's not like really well. This mayor's not established, so it's not really clear.
They also, I feel like late into the show, unless maybe I missed it earlier, but it seems like late into the show they introduced the idea that Ben Reilly was a newspaper reporter. Because the mayor goes to Ben Reilly, he's like, "You used to take all the pictures of the spider, so you know who he is." And it's like, really? Like I had no idea.
I mean, I guess. I mean, but that's a Peter Parker thing. So, I mean, I don't know why they called him Ben Reilly in the Spider-Verse movie.
I think just because they already had two Peter Parkers, or at least a Peter Parker running around, so they didn't want to have too many.
I guess, yeah.
You know, just makes it easier.
I mean, Ben Reilly's a great cut, like in terms of...
Yeah, sure. I got no problem with it.
He finds out that the person who hired him and the other PI to find Addison is Silvermane, who is the big boss. Silvermane, great Spider-Man character, very underused, I think, outside of the comics.
Yes.
He is a mob boss in a cyborg body.
Yes. It's pretty great.
He's an ancient mob boss in a cyborg body is the best part. He is Italian in the comics. He's part of the Magia, which is Marvel Comics' version of the Mafia. But here he's Irish because Brendan Gleeson is playing him. Brendan Gleeson's really good.
He's great. He's Brendan Gleeson.
The problem is that I think Nick Cage is the same age as Brendan Gleeson. So like, it's really got like, there's like a vibe here happening that I'm like, wait, so Silvermane, the old man mob boss, is the same age as Spider-Man? Like, again, like I'm not trying to be ageist. I am old myself, you know? I'm 52, man. But yeah. Oh no, you know, Nick Cage is actually 9 years younger than Brendan Gleeson, but he's 10 years older than me. He does not look it. No, it's terrible to say, but it is true. He is not looking... Moisturizer, my boy. Moisturizer. It's going to go a long way. So he doesn't want anything to do with this because Silvermane's the guy behind it all. And since they know that Addison is dead and they're just basically taking money from Silvermane, it's a bad fucking situation to be. Ben finds out that the body's been discovered, and then he goes to the alcove and he's going to blackmail. He's afraid of the mayor. He's not afraid of Cat Hardy, and he's going to go blackmail her with the photo of her with the mayor. I'm not really 100% sure why that would be a problem for her per se, but I guess just sort of on a morals ground.
I think because if Silvermane finds out that she was talking to the mayor, that's a problem. That's what
Does he know that she's Silvermane's mall? I'm not even sure.
At this point, he doesn't, but I think that's why. I think, why blackmailing? I don't know.
And then he's trying to tell the other PI about Silvermane, like, hey, fucking get out of this case. It's Silvermane. But what?
I don't understand why he's working with this other PI either. It was very confusing to me. Like, because he sets up a plan where he's like, hey, the guy who hired me is going to come to my office. You follow him so we can find out who he's working for. But then the guy follows, what's his face? And they end up at Silvermane's burnt down mansion. And then Ben Reilly's just there. He followed him too. I was like, what is going on?
Well, it doesn't make a difference because that guy gets killed immediately. He gets tortured and killed. Actually, Silvermane's pretty good here with the torture. I like when he puts his spike through the guy's hand.
I like because they're like, he's dead. And he's like, boop. And the guy screams. He's like, oh.
So that happens. They kill him. They slit his throat. He doesn't have a lot of information about Addison. He just says Addison's dead. And then meanwhile, Kat has her guy Flint Marco go after Ben. Ben, after he tries to blackmail her, they have like a really good banter back and forth. He leaves, and Flint Marco is like tailing him. I actually like a lot. He gives that kid Frankie the coin. He's like, I got a tail white suit. Like I really like that. Yeah. Like again, like a lot of the noir.
No, there's some good stuff.
Really
there's
terrific.
some really good. Like there's that. There's even that when he's in the club and Flint Marco comes up and she says, "I'd rather you leave. I don't want you to mess up his tie. It's a whatever kind of knot. And he's not good at those, and I just painted my nails." And it's like that's good stuff. Like that's good. Little bits.
It's really good. He ends up on a roof. He leads Flint Marco to the roof of a under construction building, a classic superhero fight location.
Sure,
one of the more classics. They were using those as early as the earliest issues of Batman. We did one of these Batman issues, the first appearance of Robin. I want to say.
I mean, I would imagine they were using those in like the Shadow and stuff like that.
Probably. I mean, probably. It makes sense. And so Flint Marco, who is played by Jack Houston here, who I like a lot, and he starts fighting Ben Reilly up here on this on top of this thing, and then he starts turning into sand, it turns out. And he can't control it. It just is happening, and he does not like it. So, by the way, this is the grandson of John Huston, like the great actor and director playing Sandman. It's like very funny to me. Would love to know what John Huston would make of this, but I guess John Huston played Gandalf, so he's no one.
Yeah, he'd be like, "You're working. You're working.
There you go.
Good
Yeah, maybe
you.
that's the deal." So he's like fighting, and then like they have like he throws Ben Reilly off the thing, and then Ben Reilly webs around, and I guess how do they not know he's Spider-Man at that point? Like Flint Marco sees him webbing up. I mean,
he webs Flint Marco and pulls him down, right? And he hits his head. But I guess because Flint is out of he's not there when he changes. He's kind of like a Hulk thing.
Yeah,
and he doesn't remember what happens when he changes. But Kat or Felicia comes up, whatever her name is.
Her name is Kat.
Yeah, Kat Hardy. Yeah, Kat comes up like 2 seconds later. She would definitely see the webbing is there. Like she's like, "Hey, there's webbing on my boyfriend's legs. What's going
on?" So yeah, he ends up beating him up, and then Kat's like, "Oh no, you hurt him," and she's like, "Fine. Here's the negatives that he was trying to tell me to get."
Okay. Fine. The episode's over. Goodbye.
And then he goes back to the office, and then she shows up and she hires him.
Yeah.
She wants, because it turns out that Flint has disappeared, and she wants him to find out where he went. So Ben takes the case. He doesn't trust her. He goes to Flint's apartment, and he discovers there that Flint Marco and Addison were soldier buddies in World War I. And so there's a connection there. And then he discovers that Silvermane owns the alcove where Kat sings. In the comics, Felicia Hardy is a singer, but she owns a club called the Black Cat Lounge, and I wonder if by the end of these 8 episodes, she will have the alcove and it'll be called the Black Cat Lounge.
Yeah.
So Robbie is running around trying to find out what was going on. He ends up meeting Lonnie Lincoln, who is going to be Tombstone, although he has no Tombstone-oriented elements at all.
He looks like I was like, I know it's Lonnie Lincoln. I know he's supposed to be Tombstone. But he looks more like either Rhino or the Lizard, like the scales they put on him, and like the face stuff.
So here's a spoiler for the second half of this. All these guys get powers because there's a German plot to create species hybrids. So they've all been mixed with other species, which I think is actually really good for a Spider-Man story because all of Spider-Man's villains, all the big ones are like that. They're all animal oriented. So he clearly was like some kind of a animal that had, scales or armor or whatever. So like, I don't know.
An armadillo?
Armadillo? I mean, but there is an armadillo.
That's America's bad guy.
But that's the thing. I mean, I guess they're probably never going to call him Tombstone, I'm guessing. They're just going to call him Lincoln the whole time.
I don't... Well, the electricity guy gets a name.
Megawatt. He's a really obscure character. That's an actual character. Very obscure.
And they were like, we already have Electro. Like, why? Is that why he's obscure? Because in the comics, they're like, oh, we already made this guy.
Yeah, I suspect that that's the case. I also suspect he's going to die in this, and that's why they didn't want to have him be Electro.
Use Electro.
Yeah, that's my guess. Anyway, he goes and meets Lonnie Lincoln, and Lonnie Lincoln ends up showing him where Addison's widow is. And she's been spending all this money because it turns out that Addison was hired to burn down Silvermane's mansion. And now they got to figure out who hired him. And so Robbie goes and talks to her. We have a pretty good bit where he tries to get into her hotel room, and she's like, do you want me to yell that you're trying to get in here? You think a black man trying to get into a white woman's hotel room is going to go over well? And he's like, well, do you think that telling Silvermane that you were involved in a plot to burn down his house is going to go well? I like that a lot. I thought that was really, really good. Yeah. So Flint Marko, it turns out his shit's getting worse. He's just like really sanding it up, and he goes to Lonnie Lincoln, who's also his buddy, and they're all buddies from World War One. All these guys, and Silvermane knows that Ben Reilly's involved with all this shit because he hired him with the Addison stuff. So he sends a bunch of guys to go threaten Ben Reilly, but he's not at the office. They threaten his secretary, Janet, and when Ben Reilly sees that, he goes and decides to become the Spider again. And actually a very good scene that I really, really enjoyed. Because earlier we had seen that he had put his Spider outfit, like he had walled it up. Yeah. And then he goes to the apartment that he used to live in to get it, and he comes in saying that he's like the maintenance guy, and then he's
dressed like Ed Norton from Holland.
He is. Yeah. And then he starts knocking a hole in the wall. I thought that was very funny. I really enjoyed that quite a bit.
I like when he pulls out the costume and he's sitting on like the edge of the tub looking at it, and it's silent, and then you hear the guy whose apartment is like, did you find the problem? He's like, the problem is existential dread. And he goes, in my toilet?
It's really funny. That made me laugh. Again, like, I think there's a version of this show that I would really like.
It's a well-written show. Yeah. It's a well-written show. There's no arguing that, I think.
Yeah.
It's just not... It's mainly him and the pacing are the biggest problems, I think.
So Silvermane is going to go... There's a whole thing at the docks with alcohol coming in that Silvermane wants to oversee himself. Lucas Haas, who's playing his like right-hand man, is like, don't go by yourself. Somebody wants to kill you. They try to burn down your house. Yeah. And Silvermane's like, I'm going to fucking do whatever I want. Well, it turns out that Spider-Man finds out about this, or the Spider finds out about this. And we have actually a pretty good fight scene where he comes and he stops the whole caravan of cars and beats up a bunch of guys. And then I really enjoyed him in the car with Silvermane. He has like an effect on his voice here. Did you catch that?
Yeah, there's something going on. There's something going on with his voice, yeah.
I think that just might be for show. I don't know if he actually has like a thing in his mask. I don't know if we're supposed to think he has a thing in his mask. I don't know.
I mean, later on his eyes light up on the mask, so he's got some kind of electronics in the mask, but I'm not sure. I don't know.
But I like this bit here because we really get it's a pretty good exposition dump in terms of like the Spider's career and his history with Silvermane. Yeah. And also really establishes this sense of respect that they have for each other, like that kind of good hero villain respect. Like they both, although the Spider is like, I will fuck you up if you don't leave Ben Reilly alone. He's my best friend. I love him. And so Silverman's like, yeah, sure, fine. And then he goes back to the office, and Robbie Robertson calls. He's like, hey, I'm at the docks, man. There's like a fucking police riot happening here because Silvermane was supposed to show up. The cops knew, and they were going to ambush him. And now there's like just a huge fucking battle royale happening. But Silvermane never showed. So turns out you saved Silvermane's life because he would have been taken out by now. And so Ben Reilly is like, shit, do they know why he didn't make it? Because if they know the Spider, they might think the Spider was like saving him. Yeah. So then in the next episode, just to make matters worse, Silvermane hires Ben to find out who the leak is. And he goes to the hospital to go question all of the cops that were involved in this shootout.
He hires Ben to figure out who the leak is, and he also secretly reveals to Ben that he marks all his money.
Yes.
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 'Cause that becomes important.
That's very important. He marks all his money, and everybody has their own mark. So, like, everybody gets paid, gets marked in a different way. So he can track all this money going around.
But none of them know it.
We have a pretty good bit here where Ben Reilly goes to the hospital and is interrogating all these cops.
I hated this. I hated
Really,
this
I
whole
enjoyed
segment.
this part.
This is where he like doubles up on the voice. And I just could not take it. And he's like, you see. I was like, stop it. I cannot stand this. I cannot take it.
I kind of liked
Like,
it.
if he wasn't already doing that voice throughout the whole show, fun. But doubling up on it, too much. It's just too much.
Yeah, I guess. I liked it. I thought it was a funny scene. I thought it was really fast paced, and I liked the way they transitioned. The guy would be like, it was Sergeant so and so, and then he goes Sergeant so and so, and he's actually interviewing Sergeant so and so, and I liked it.
Again, the writing is not the problem. I can see where the humor in this scene is. It's just him.
Yeah. So Ben figures out that Kat's the one that leaked the information to the cops, and she also hired Addison to burn down the mansion. She's trying to kill Silvermane. So Ben goes and breaks into Silvermane's bedroom and then opens his vault. I enjoyed this use of his like spider sense to like crack the safe.
Yeah.
I like that quite a bit. And he goes to steal some money, and he marks the money. And this is a thing that we're going to find out is important later. Kat wants to escape town. Flint Marko thinks about it, but he can't. He's going to stay behind because he's getting more and more fucked up, and he like punches a hole in the wall and shit like that. He can't control himself. Ben finds Kat at Penn Station. She's at the train station. She's going to escape, but then Lucas Haas shows up and captures them and takes them out to the woods. And Silvermane's there, and Silvermane's like has like a grave dug, and he's like, now I know who the rat is, and he thinks it's Winston because the way that Ben had marked the money to pay off what's her name, and so Silvermane kills him, and then it ends on like a cliffhanger. It's like we have to create one more grave, and he shoots
grave. Yeah,
and then it's just the other guy.
Yeah.
It's the reveal of the next episode. Like, oh, it was just the other guy.
We did skip over my favorite moment from this episode.
What's that?
Which is when Ben Reilly is hanging out by a phone, and this woman comes up to you, and he's eating a sandwich, and this woman comes up to use the phone. He's like, oh, the phone's broken. This one and the one down the street, they're both broken. And then she starts talking to him about how bad her day has been, and the phone rings, and he picks it up. He goes, what? Okay. And he hangs up, and he takes a bite of the sandwich, and this is a Nicolas Cage bit that I like. He takes a bite of the sandwich, starts chewing, and keeps pointing at the woman like, hold on, swallows, and he goes, I lied, and just walks away. I fucking loved it. I was dying laughing. That worked beautifully. The Tai Chi bit in the episode, horrible.
Yeah, not
That
good.
bit,
yeah, not good. I don't like that bit.
But the sandwich phone bit killed me. I was like, that's great. That's great.
Good. So the next episode opens, and Ben and Kat are still alive. Kat's performing. Ben is sitting at alcove next to Silvermane. Silvermane loves him. He thinks you're the best. He's the best dude. And he wants to hire Ben Reilly. And Ben Reilly actually has a really good line here, too. He's like, I don't like your retirement plan. Yes. And so Silvermane gives him a bunch of money. He's like, here you go. This is for work done. And Ben goes and talks to Kat, and Kat fills him in on what's happening. She wanted Silvermane dead because she wants to go be with Flint Marko, and she can't because Silvermane had already killed her fiance. Like, nobody can get near Kat; it's not allowed. And so they have like her and Ben have like a really like intimate discussion. Like they're like sitting on the edge of a roof, like kicking their feet and shit like that. Yeah. And Flint Marko overhears it and sees them sitting together being, very friendly. And he feels betrayed. So he goes back to Flint Marko and he's like, fine. I'm sorry. He goes back to Silvermane. He's like, fine, I'm back with you again. So Marko shows up to the mayor's office. No, he shows up to
no, they're at a dinner.
The club, yeah. That's right. And they're trying to, the mayor says he's going to end prohibition. I don't know how he's going to possibly fucking do that. But since it is a constitutional amendment, I mean, I try not to get too hung up on some of the like the history and logic and stuff like this, but like the prohibition was a constitutional amendment. Like they had they had to do another amendment to fucking
Sure,
repeal
but I imagine you could do it in a similar way of how they have, different states made marijuana legal. I mean, like, we're just not going to prosecute for it, and then, early on dispensaries couldn't use banks and whatnot, but like you could just open up a store and sell weed.
What if it's revealed that the mayor has the lease to the Freeport?
There you go.
And this is a prequel to Daredevil.
Freeport, yeah.
So they can do whatever they want because it's a Freeport. But Silvermane doesn't
Paul
want...
Revere signed a piece of paper and said, "No laws in this 12 acre space."
Silvermane doesn't want prohibition ending because it's just such good business, like, which is like a very realistic thing from the era.
Sure,
like the mafia loved it.
They're not very good at prohibition in this show.
Well, prohibition was not very good.
I know, but like everywhere they go, just people are just drinking.
That's how it was
out in the open.
Yeah, that's how it was.
Did you have to go to speakeasies? Wasn't that the whole point of speakeasies?
In New York City, like you would like know that like the door guy wouldn't let people in unless they knew who they were. There's like those high class places, especially like a place like the Alcove, very high class joint. They just did whatever they wanted. You go to a good restaurant back then, you could get booze. Like it wasn't like all like.
I mean, the opening scene, they're definitely not a good bar in the opening scene.
No, I know. No, they are. She's singing.
No, in the very first scene of the show.
Oh, well, there's different kinds of bars. So the high class people get to do whatever they want. You mean like the bar?
Yeah.
What's the bar in the opening scene?
It's like some dive bar where that woman starts hitting on him, and he's like watching Addison. It's a crappy dive bar.
Yeah, I mean that's probably just.
And it's literally just a dive bar. Later on, they go back, and the guy's still there drunk, and he's like, "You're going to be sober by tomorrow?" He's like, "Yeah, probably." Like. Yeah. It's just a dive bar.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. So Silvermane sends Marco to give Morris a hard time about the prohibition thing. He breaks the table, and Morris is like, hey, because he's up for re-election too. It's like sort of a big thing. Ben tells Kat how Ruby died. Ruby died from a crook who was trying to get revenge on him.
First, Kat jumps out the window.
No, that happens at the end of the episode. That's the cliffhanger.
I thought this is why he tells her, because he jumps.
This is the cliffhanger. Right. She jumps out the window. So they're talking about this. She's hiding out at his place, and he talks about Ruby and like he was like drinking, and some criminal that he caught was like out to get revenge. And he blames himself. But then they hear that there's a superpowered guy attacking the Diamond District, and they think it's got to be Flint. So they run over there, and it turns out it's not. It turns out it's a fat guy named Dirk Layden, a.k.a. Megawatt. First appeared in 1993.
Wow.
Yeah, he's an actor in the comics, and he's Australian. So, so what we have now is the Spider actually does not want to bother with him because it's not.
That I like. He's like, I thought you were somebody else.
I thought it was somebody else. He's like, okay, fuck it, I'm out of here.
Yeah, I did like that.
But Megawatt's like, no, fuck this. Spider's back, and I'm going to get to kill him. Like that's pretty good. I'm pretty psyched about that. So they have a fight, and Spider never figures out not to punch him. Never figures it out. Just keeps punching him and getting electrocuted. I really like the old-fashioned electricity effects here. Like I really liked it a lot.
Yeah.
So he keeps punching him. Basically, Megawatt beats the shit out of him, and then he has to go recharge. So this gives the Spider the idea. He blacks out the street, and then he forces Megawatt to use all his power, and then he beats him up. And what?
A consistent issue in the show is figuring out Ben Reilly's abilities in some ways. He gets beat up a lot by like random people. And then in this sequence, he's unable to dodge a manhole cover that's thrown at him, and he's standing there watching as the guy picks it up to throw it at him. And I was like, he could dodge it or something. Like that'd be fun. See him not get hit by a manhole cover. Just a thought.
Yeah, I mean, it is a little vague. I'm assuming he just has Spider-Man powers, right? I mean, like he can
I
stick
would
to a
think so, but
ceiling. We see him stick to a ceiling.
yeah, and he seems to have super strength, but he also like has trouble opening up a door when like the guy who hired him to get the pictures of the mayor is like trying to close the door. He's like struggling with him. It's like you're Spider-Man. You could easily overpower that guy. Like, you know, I'd like to see him do.
I mean, maybe the whole thing about being Ben Reilly is he can't do that stuff.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? Secret identity business. Ben Reilly couldn't overpower that guy. Right?
I think he could have. Even Ben Reilly could have probably.
So
I don't know.
he finally beats up Megawatt and then goes home, and Kat shows up and she says, have you seen Superman 2?
Well, first he beats up Megawatt, and then the mayor shows up and takes pictures with him
Yeah.
to be like, "Hey, we're in this together."
So she says, have you seen Superman 2?
Yes.
And Ben's like, why? She goes, remember when Lois Lane jumped over Niagara Falls to prove that Clark Kent was Superman? I'm going to do that right now.
He's like,
and
I
she
was
does.
Superman once.
She exactly. She does. She falls out the window on the bet that he is the Spider, and sure enough, he is the Spider. He rescues her, and then they kiss, and I retched in my seat. And that's the end of the first 4 episodes of the program. She's very beautiful, and
She's gorgeous,
and honestly, like, her kissing Nick Cage was grotesque,
unsettling.
Yeah, it's unseemly, frankly.
Yeah.
I didn't hate these 4. I had kind of had to make myself watch them, and make myself pay attention to them, because the pacing, the episodes are all too long. I think episode 2 is actually pretty short. Episode 2 felt like it kind of flew.
I mean, we just went through 4 episodes in less than 50 minutes.
Yeah,
and we skipped a lot of stuff. We barely discussed Robbie and his storyline, because his storyline is just repeating.
Same stuff. Right. It's just the exact same stuff.
You know?
Yeah.
It's weird. It's a weird thing.
Yeah. I will say it's really much heavier on the superhero action than I expected. The first episode was superhero action, like right out the gate. And and there's like a bunch of fights, like, him taking out Silvermane's guys in the car. That's like a great fight.
That was a good bit too. I like, because in the house, in the apartment, he throws the toast at the one guy, breaks the guy's nose, and then when they're driving, he's like, "Sorry, Bob, your broken nose." And the guy says, "That's the other guy, not me." And then he punches him.
Yeah,
that was good. That made me laugh.
Yeah, I think there's like actually plenty of action all told. I mean, like, there's like a whole bit like where the cops are trying to take out Lonnie Lincoln and Flint Marko, and Robbie's hiding and taking pictures. I mean, a lot of good action there too. Like
that I enjoyed, because that's when they go to take down a Hooverville.
Yes,
and Lonnie Lincoln comes out of the shitter, and he's like, "What's going on?" That made me laugh.
That's good.
Yeah.
I really do think that Nick Cage is the problem with this program.
Very much so. Yeah.
I think
his secretary too. I think his secretary is great. I don't know what the actress's name. She's great.
I think she's that secretary type I like a lot, where she's like the tough one that gives the PI a hard time. And she's the one clearly holding the business together. I like that character type a bunch. But I think that Nick Cage makes everything feel longer too. I just feel like the energy disappears when he's in the scene.
Yes.
So the spider costume's great. Looks terrific. This is a fairly easy costume to translate.
Yeah.
But it looks terrific, and
it's a good touch that when he goes into like dark rooms, the eyes light up. I like
really
that.
Good, really enjoyable. I think that the movement of the stuntman in the costume is really good, and they use the jacket in a cape-like fashion a lot. Like, it's got a lot of good movement, and they're not afraid of having these guys be superpowered, and they're not afraid of everybody knowing about superpowers.
Well, there is a weird moment, because early on, they're like, "Well, you've got superpowers." Like, somebody says something about superpowers. And then later on, Robbie is meeting the editor of the Daily Bugle, and he's like, "Look at these pictures I got." And the guy goes, "You know what these guys have? Superpowers." And Robbie's like, "Yeah." It's like, it seemed before people said superpowers, so I don't know why all of a sudden it's a
I think that maybe the Spider's the only guy that had superpowers before.
There's definitely, yeah.
So they know that superpowers exist, and they're just surprised there's more guys with superpowers now, is what it seems like.
To me, the way it read was like, he was like, "I've just coined a phrase for this."
Oh, I didn't read that way, no. I did not read it that way at all.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, so I mean, we're gonna watch the next 4 next week. If you didn't,
We don't have to.
If you didn't like listening to us talk about these 4, then maybe you skip next episode. But maybe you'll pick up. Maybe we'll like it a lot more.
I mean, maybe if there's gonna be some Nazi stuff, that could be fun.
And those are Nazis.
Or it's
like
World War German.
World War I.
Yeah, it's World War I.
It's the Imperial German. So
Kaiser, right?
Yeah, the Kaiser indeed. Love that guy's role. We'll be back again with that next week. Until then, may everybody at home be happy, be healthy, be safe, be well. We will see you somewhere across the Omniverse.